The short answer to this comparison is that the Infinix Note 8 is an overall better device than the Infinix Note 7. But by how much, and does it justify upgrading from the Note 7? That's exactly what we're going to find out in this video. Hey guys, Oscarmini here with another comparison video between the Note 7 and its successor, the Note 8 from Infinix, as I help you make the right purchase decision. And so without taking much of your time, yo guys, let's get started. Now for context, the Note 7 was announced sometime in July this year and it sold for around $200 or 80,000 naira, while the Note 8 here, the successor, retails right now for 90,400 naira, roughly $25 more, which is $225. With that out of the way, I usually would move over to what comes in the boxes. As with other comparisons, here are the boxes for these smartphones, and the items that come off include the TPU cases to protect these smartphones, SIM ejectors, a couple paperwork, user guide, earpieces, and you get USB Type-C for the new Note 8, while the Note 7 has the micro USB 2.0. As far as the charging bricks, you have 18-watt chargers in both of these devices' boxes. Taking a look at the designs from the smartphones, the Note 7 comes off as unique, and that's my preference in terms of the design here. I like the whole camera situation going on with the Note 7, while the all-new Note 8 feels a little bigger and weighs a little heavier than the Note 7. Buttons and I/Os from these devices are similarly placed. You get the volume rocker to the right side with the fingerprint biometric sensor mounted below that, which also acts as the power button on both devices. Dual SIM trays come to the left side with memory card option 2, while you get the audio jacks, mouthpieces, micro USB for the Note 7 and the USB-C for the Note 8, which is an upgrade in my opinion this time, and also both have their down-firing speaker grills in about the same position. For the build, you get about the same plastic material, and design is a thing of choice here. I personally prefer the Note 7's design, but would go for the Note 8 all because of the USB Type-C port on this device. I mean, that's a win for the Note 8. As far as displays go, I couldn't find any difference between these two devices except for the cutouts, with the Note 8 having a dual camera cutout and the Note 7 has a single cutout. Specs for the displays are 6.95-inch HD panel with the same Gorilla Glass protection. They are both LCD, quite vibrant and okay for what they are. For the audio, this is one impressive aspect for both devices as you get stereo speakers from them, one at the earpiece location and the other at the bottom of these devices. These smartphones basically give you some sort of best media experience with large screens and good audio. So comparing these displays, I wouldn't say any of this is a winner as you pretty much get the same specs and configuration here, and you wouldn't go wrong with either of them. To the performance on these devices, let's talk the specs on here. You're getting the Helio G70 processor on the Note 8, 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage, while you get the Helio G70 processor from the Note 7, also 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of ROM for the maxed out versions. Both processors are quite efficient chips, good for relatively decent gaming experience, and quite snappy for what they are worth. On paper, the G80 on here is a better chip, and that translates to some aspects of the Note 8 being better, but generally both devices are smooth and give users similar experience. I'm actually inclined to call in the performance a tie, but the lead goes to the Note 8 by a slight margin. For the batteries on these smartphones, the Note 8 takes the lead with a 5200 mAh capacity as opposed to the 5000 mAh battery you get on the Note 7. Since these smartphones have almost same internals and chipsets made about the same time, you should expect a little more use from the Infinix Note 8. Hence, the Note 8 wins in this category. Now over to the camera side of things, the Note 7 boasts of a 48 megapixel main lens and an array of 2 megapixel sensors for macro, depth and low light, while the Note 8 here has a 64 megapixel main lens and also an array of 2 megapixel sensors for macro, depth and low light too. Thus, both devices have quad camera configurations from the rear, while the front of these devices give you 16 megapixel single camera for the Note 7 and a dual configuration of 16 megapixel and 2 megapixel depth sensor on the Note 8. Now I'm going to roll out all the photos from these smartphones, and there's just one general theme going on here. The photos from the Note 8 tend to have more saturation in colors and a little more detail for the images. Generally, the photos from the Note 8 will be picked by everyone as they look more pleasing to the eye. In terms of separating subjects from the background, both smartphones don't do the best job, but they've got you covered. Photos from the front-facing cameras also look about the same, but then you get better human separation from the background while you use the portrait or bokeh modes on the Infinix Note 8. For the videos, the Note 8 maxes out at 2K in resolution for both the front and rear cameras, while you get a max resolution of 1080p for the Note 7. Colors tend to be consistent with videos from the Note 8, and stabilization is actually better off on the Note 8. Hey, what is up guys? Oscarmini here. And this is a front-facing camera between the Infinix Note 7 and the Infinix Note 8. What do you guys think about the color reproduction here? I tend to prefer what I'm seeing on the Infinix Note 8, but do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and also what you think about the sound quality coming off these devices. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. So in terms of the cameras here, there's no doubt the Note 8 also takes the lead. For pricing, you can get the Infinix Note 7 for about 80,000 naira, roughly $200, while the Note 8 will go for an additional $25 at 90,400 naira or $225. Just a slight bump in price for about the same memory configuration. Now for the final verdict, which should you pick between the Infinix Note 8 here and the Note 7? If you already own the Infinix Note 7, there's no huge reason to jump ship right now. Performance on these devices are about the same. All you get are a slight battery bump on the Note 8, a refined camera system, upgraded with an additional USB-C, which is a good thing here. But I don't see the point selling off your Infinix Note 7 for the Note 8 right now. I'd rather you wait on the Note 9, which comes sometime next year. But if you haven't purchased any of these devices and you want to pick between these two smartphones, I'd say you go for the Infinix Note 8 with the new features, benefits, and better XOS skin on top of Android. That's been it for this comparison. Do you own any of these devices or smartphones? Do let me know what you think in the comment section about this comparison and which you love the most. Other than that, it's goodbye, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Koidati.